Okie dokie. So, sorry I'm not looking my very best today. I've been having some unexpected construction in my house, and I'm just finally kind of getting everything back settled to where it's supposed to be in my home. So, been kind of rough. So, I actually didn't record last week either because, again, just super unexpected stuff and kind of got distracted by everything. So I have two different updates. The first would have been for last week, which was the end of week two, beginning of week three. And I went in and I lost 1.4 pounds. That's that second week after I lost 7.1 the first week. So, needless to say, I was like, what has happened? Um, because I honestly didn't feel like I ate the 700 calorie a day more that they were talking about. I did introduce some vegetables, and some fats. My fats were olives and cashews, 6 cashews to be specific, um, and um, did introduce in some a little bit elliptical and some walking, like long 40-minute, hour-long walks um, for the exercise portion. But 1.4, so I went down to 180 even. That was last week with a body fat percent of 41.3%, and BMI of 28.2, which is down zero point 0.2 from the week before. And as I said, 180 even, and my goal being 140, really, probably a little less than 140 because God knows. So that was the end of week two going into week three. And I just weighed in today, so that's the end of week three going into week four. And I lost another 1.5. So that's officially 10 pounds lost total. I'm down to 178.5. And my BMI at 28 now. And my body fat being 40.5%. So that means overall I lost 1.3% in body fat. Learned a couple other things today, like TBW on this little receipt has to do about your water retention. Apparently, I went up 0.5 on my water retention this time, but my water retention is 77.5, and I guess when I started it was like 77.8 or something. Anyway, it's good that my water retention going down. I guess there's a lot of reasons and things around that. But okay, so I have been doing the Medi weight loss diet for 3 weeks. It feels like way longer than 3 weeks, and have lost 10 pounds. I'm well aware that this isn't going to be the same. It's probably going to be consistently 1.5 pounds every week, depending on trying to introduce even more exercise. Now that I don't feel quite as tired and ill as I did in that first week and a half, 2 weeks, where it was just like yard work made me feel faint. I don't feel that way anymore at all. I have had some weird things, like I've had pretty bad heartburn this last week, and I have days where my anxiety is a little bit higher, or I didn't really feel great, but not nearly feeling as bad. And actually today I feel pretty decent. Things that I have done. One, I am a girl who does like my cocktail, my drink every once in a while. So I have had drinks during this time, Only vodka, water, or club soda, and lemon or lime. I went to a bar and had a drink with a friend. Um, so I haven't cut that out completely. And recognizing that that's some calories that I'm not really tracking, but still doing pretty successfully considering that I haven't completely cut that out, although definitely reducing way more than I used to be the girl who liked herself several glasses of wine. Knowing that I'm not drinking nearly those calories or that level of sugar content. This past weekend, it is coming up on Thanksgiving week, and I had told myself that I was going to be making macaroni and cheese for a Friendsgiving event and that I was going to get to have a little bit of it. And sure enough, that Friendsgiving got canceled due to COVID. And I decided that I was going to give myself a little bit of a cheat day anyway. So I had 3 chicken strips from Chick-fil-A and literally 3 or 4 waffle fries and gave the rest to my dog. And did have a little bit of macaroni and cheese from Publix. I can tell you that that threw me out of ketosis. I bought keto strips online on Amazon. Super easy. I could just pee on them in the morning. And I did drop out of ketosis because of doing that. But the next day, I went right back to eating my proteins and regular old Medi weight loss diet and was right back into ketosis a day after. So, interesting experiment. I told them today at my appointment, and it was like, don't do that. Mostly because they want you to be able to lose weight as quickly as you can, because those are the goals. But she did say that this diet, is my journey and my own weight loss journey, whatever it is. And for me, it felt really good to know that I could have something because, let me clarify, I had those things and still didn't eat more than 800 calories that day. I had what I had, but I had it in what I consider moderation. Having 3 chicken strips from Chick-fil-A, getting the fries and only eating like 3 of them and throwing the rest away or to my dog, is saying, okay, I can have something and not choose the worst thing in the world and then have some of it and still maintain, an okay number of calories, and didn't see the scale just like go crazy, because I have been weighing myself every morning, although not really a great idea, to be quite honest. I noticed plenty of changes. I noticed even after the first week, and certainly now at the 3rd week, that my face has lost a lot of its puffiness that I had gained over the last year. And I noticed in my body too that I am losing weight. Obviously want it to be as fast as possible. And yet I have to celebrate and understand this success as it's coming. 10 pounds, like actually 10 pounds, is really good. In fact, today they said that I had lost 2 pounds worth of fat, but my muscle is maintained. So I am losing weight and I'm actually losing fat, not like just water and muscle mass, which is really good. It means I'm actually losing the weight. What are other things that I'm doing? So I gave myself that one little cheat, but I have really stuck to the diet outside of that. I eat steamed broccoli a lot, spinach, sauteed kale. Recently decided to do, you can get 2 veggies a day, so I ended up and used a fat. I used an oil to cook some onions and get them nice and like kind of caramelized brown, and threw kale in and sauteed that together to have with one of my meals. This last week was like, I have to add some interest and some variety. So I just spent a good hour in the grocery store looking around for different types of meat that were not overly high in fat, because you have to make sure you're still eating, lean to medium meats, and then also didn't have sugar and carbs added into them. I found a couple things that I think were good and work. The I have a pork loin that's just like a lemon and garlic seasoned pork loin that I have in the fridge that I'm going to cook tonight. I found some turkey sausages in the fresh section that had broccoli rabe and some mozzarella in them. I don't think that's something that I should have every day for every meal, but I think like, once or twice a week is kind of a good option. And calories weren't super bad on them, and not sugars and other things in there, and fat. So that was interesting and different. I got a roast chicken one day. I find with the being thirsty from the appetite suppressant that chicken just dries out in your mouth really fast, and I'm not totally enjoying chicken that much. Although today I went to Fresh Kitchen. If you don't have a Fresh Kitchen near you, it's super healthy stuff, and I just got their kale and spinach and mushrooms, and then their grilled citrus chicken today, and it was really good. It's the first time I've done that though, so again, balancing out my meals to make sure that like if I do something where I eat out, which I've done a couple of times, that I'm not like loading up on higher fat or higher calorie things for the other meals. Speaking of like going out, I've gone to Firebirds with my mom, and I got their ahi tuna appetizer and just all the sauces on the side. Didn't have any of the sauces, just asked for some soy sauce and steamed broccoli there. I went to another restaurant locally and had a salmon salad, and had them leave the craisins off of the salad and the sunflower seeds off the salad, and asked for the dressing on the side, and just had that, and it was really good. So there's been lots of options at the places that I've eaten out, and I haven't felt restricted in that way, and everything's been really pretty yummy and pretty satisfying. I am a really, really big fan of sushi. So I did go to Fresh Market, which is near my house, and they sell ahi tuna steaks for sashimi, and I've gotten a couple of those, and I cut them up because one of our fats is that we can have like a low-fat mayo. I make my own spicy mayonnaise at home and use that as one of my fats for the day. I have that, and also crab meat, and kind of have a little bit of a sushi bowl, and then maybe a vegetable. Canned green beans I really like and are my thing, and are really great in a pinch. I also bought a bag of carrot sticks, another good vegetable. I have found that some days I'm just not hitting my vegetable. Sorry, my dog wants to go outside. I'm not hitting my vegetable, and having something easy like the carrot sticks has been really good to go to. Also, they're really good at their money-making schemes, MediWeight Loss. They have a whole room of snacks and things. I have bought the zippers. They're crunchy little flavored. This one's sour cream and chive or cheese or something. Kind of crunchy snack. I find them a little salty. I don't totally love them, but it's a 100-calorie pack in case I need 100 calories. What I do like are their protein bars. I got the peanut butter ones, and I do really like those, and they have helped a lot for when I am going right into work and I haven't made breakfast and I need to grab something. Again, 100 calories and super easy, so I'll probably keep getting those. And then the protein shake, which I make with half a cup of almond milk and half a cup of water, so I'm only using one of my miscellaneous for that, is also a really good thing that I'll just jam in the beginning of my day. So overall, this is not an easy diet by any means. It's easier because you are on an appetite suppressant, so you are not starving. There have been a couple of days where I have not taken my appetite suppressant because my anxiety was a little bit high, and by the end of the day I could go, okay, I could see I can see how this thing is working and keeping me from being super hungry. It hasn't been too bad, but obviously that helps a lot. Being able to work remotely from home and have my access to my kitchen and everything makes life a lot easier. I would certainly have to prep what I'm bringing to work if I we're going into the office more regularly, because I have gone in a couple times and been caught off guard, and I was like, oh, I didn't bring anything to eat, and there was literally nothing down here for me to do unless I want to go to a sushi restaurant and pay $30 for sashimi, you know? Um, that being said, it isn't as bad as you would think. I actually find it more enjoyable than Whole30 was. Whole30, I really, really felt super, super deprived and just could never figure out what was interesting to eat. Um, so there is, plenty of stuff. I've been trying to cut down on the number of times I use cheese as a snack because my cholesterol is also really high. So really don't want to be in a situation where my cholesterol is like kind of crazy out of the roof. I went to the doctor and got my blood taken, so I'm supposed to find out next week where my cholesterol is actually at now. It had gone down a little bit when I started Medi weight loss, but I had also gone on a kind of pescatarian, mostly vegan pescatarian diet. So that means that now I've introduced back a lot of meat and cheese into my diet, although I'm losing weight and the calorie count's going down. So we'll kind of see what happens there. um, what else is there to say? Anyway, yeah, it's working so far. It's working based off of how I'm doing so far. The um, nurse practitioner today said that I should hopefully reach my goal by the end of February, which is 3 months away. So if that's true and if I hit it, it'll be a 4 month long journey of doing this. Luckily, knowing that if I need to have a day where I have something outside of the diet, that I've done it and it didn't throw me completely off and I didn't like go sliding into a bunch of like eating bowls of rice or something like that. That means the upcoming holiday with Thanksgiving and with Christmas, maybe I can do the glass of champagne on Christmas or just something slightly different. But mostly been able to maintain this. So fingers crossed. I told them that I wouldn't really feel comfortable until I am 10 pounds from where I am now, because that'll be the lowest that I've been in a long time. So here's to the next 10 pounds. At this point, got 38.5 to go until the goal. So I will see you next time.